Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to...
This poolside edition of the Unemployed Diaries.
Yes, we are poolside. It is like 95 degrees outside.
Yes, it is.
On this hot summer day. So we decided to take it poolside. I think this is episode 4.
Yes, we're episode 4 now.
Mm-hmm. So episode 4.
Crazy.
We did not get questions, but we did get some comments.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we did get a comment from... Was it
Instagram or YouTube or Spotify?
It was on YouTube.
Oh, really? Okay, let me pull it up.
Okay. Our like number one fan.
All right.
Something Fragments.
Really? Thank you, Something.
Yeah.
Fragments. Excuse me. Let's see.
Elevator. I'll play some elevator. We came a little unprepared today.
It's okay.
That's my bad.
So like. Okay, here we go. I found it. We're using Dana's phone. By the way, I'm Dominic again.
Oh yeah, I'm Dana.
Perfect. So Ancient Fragments said, "Yup, family can be brutal critics. As creative person, I try to keep a journal that also includes ideas, doodles, observations, dreams, hibiscus emoji."
I love that.
Yeah.
I think we did a lot. We have experience with journaling a lot, and
oh my god, do we?
and reading it out loud to each other in a room full of people.
We did have to do that. Yeah. That was crazy. They really.
What did you think about the first day that we had to do that?
What do we have to write about? I'm trying to remember. I'm a blur.
Okay, so back when we studied abroad in Paris, Dominic and I were in the same class. So
yes,
our group was separated into 2 classes. We were with one professor.
Obviously, me, Dana, hi Emma, hi Teresa. We're all in the same class, so we had the cool class.
Yeah, we had the cool class.
Sorry, Dana.
I really do think... Yeah, sorry, other Dana.
Sorry, Dana Anderson.
So...
Okay, so...
Presenter. On the first day, our professor made us read our journals. What are you saying?
I was saying his name was Phil. Was his name Phil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if he wants to be affiliated with this, though.
Affiliated? We're not going to give last names. No one's going to go look him up. He doesn't work for the school anymore.
That's true. He moved to Spain.
Yeah, he did. España.
Okay.
We'll
shout him out. He is an artist.
Yeah.
So our professor was an author and an artist of his own. His name is Philip Hartigan.
Originally from the UK or Ireland? Yeah,
UK. He was one of the best professors I've ever had. I give a lot of credit to him for putting my life on a different path at the time.
Same.
I don't think I have enough words to describe how helpful and transformative he made our experience in Paris B. When I think of a professor who really had an impact on my life and my school career, I attribute it to Philip Hartigan. And he also is a really great artist.
He is, guys.
So please follow him on social media. He does post about his art on there. So it's Philip. I think it's just Philip Hartigan.
I think so too. Yeah.
On Instagram. Anyway, he lives in Spain now. He's living his best life. But we had to have a journal for our class, and it was part of the curriculum or syllabus that we had to write. I think even before we got there, we had to have at least one passage in there before we arrived. So I think for most of us, we wrote on the plane there, or the first night that we were there. We had to have some type of drafted writing on the first day of class.
It's coming back to me now.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So on the first day of class, we get there, and he, tells us to open up our journals and asks if anyone wrote anything. I think most of us did. And then he's like, okay, we're going to go around the room and read it. And I don't know about you, but I about shit myself. Because I was not prepared to talk. I wasn't prepared to ever talk about my journal entries at that time.
Same. I think part of me, like, kind of knew we might have had to write it out loud. So I remember writing a little bit on the plane, and then I remembered writing, I have my journal somewhere. Like, my experience of flying alone, because that was my first time flying alone. I had flown a lot prior to going to Paris in 2017, but that was my first time ever flying alone. And I wrote about that experience. I wrote about being with strangers, essentially, and having a roommate for the first time.
Oh, yeah. I do remember that.
Yeah. So I think a lot of it was kind of like, all right, it's kind of like, what did you do over summer vacation type vibes, like type of essay. But for me, it was, I remember reading about flying alone and being scared.
I would never strike you as the type of person to be scared of flying alone.
Not scared of flying, but
Yeah.
flying alone because, like, I guess I always had flown with my family or a relative or a friend. Like, I traveled, like, without my parents, without my family. Like, I've gone with my friend Drea. Like, we went to New York together. The first time she took me to one of her, like, company parties we had to fly to, I was with her. But, like, that was different because I was with somebody. Flying alone, I'm like, all right, who am I? Who is Dominic flying alone? What do I want to do? Because it was, like, the first time that I was making the choices. I wasn't asking somebody else, like, what do you want to do? What should we do? I'm like, what do I want to do? And that was, like, one of the first times traveling that I was able to ask myself that question, if that makes sense. So I guess not so much scared, but, like, just trying to, like, make up my mind. Indecisive, I guess. And that indecisiveness was mixed with a little bit of nervousness flying.
That makes sense.
I also had some guy. It was because, like, the plane, I remember it was like the window or the rows closer to the window were 2 seats, and then the middle was like 3 or 4 seats. It was like 2, 3, 2. And for those of you who don't know, drink a lot of water. I always have at least water with me.
Dominic always has a beverage.
I do. We have beverages right now in front of us.
Beverageino.
Yes. We both have water, and we are both sipping on Pog, Passion Orange Guava.
Yeah, you need to explain to them what you made.
Okay, so before we got started recording, I got us a little patio beverage, and it is a Pog margarita, and Pog is passion, orange, and guava juice mixed together, and I made it into a margarita, and we have these cute little neon green glasses with salt all around that rim.
They're very cute.
They're very good.
And it's just the perfect unemployed day.
Yes,
It's just a weekday. We're sitting next to a pool, sipping a margarita.
On a deck, under an umbrella.
Yeah.
We had the misting fan going a little while ago, but we had to turn off the misting feature for us to record. But yeah, I always had a lot of beverages with me, so I asked the guy, I'm like, hey, you have the aisle seat. I use the bathroom a lot. This is an 8-hour flight. Do you mind if we switch? And he's like, je ne sais pas anglais, sorry. And I was just like, oh, okay. So we have the flight, no problem. We land in Paris, and as soon as we land, he turns on his cell phone and calls somebody. He's like, hey, by the way, I just want to let you know I made it to Paris. It's going to be blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm getting out this gate, whatever, this terminal. And I turned and looked at him, and I go, I thought you didn't speak English. Because 8 hours prior...
That is wild.
Yeah, he, like, completely forgot. But that's okay. He got it because I got up at least, like, 4 times to use the bathroom during that flight. So he had it coming.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, wow. Yeah, so we do have experience with reading journals and journaling. Yeah. I haven't done it in a hot minute, probably almost a year, but I do want to get back into it. I think it's intimidating for me just because the last time I was journaling was during a very, 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 like, dark time in my life.
Oh, same.
And I did that obviously as a therapeutic, way to express my feelings when I didn't really have anybody around all the time. It was really like a way to ease my own anxieties, and, kind of keep focused on how to, get through each day when it's really hard. And then I think once life got a little better and a little easier and brighter, I stopped and I was able to recenter into doing the things that I wanted to do, traveling, being with my friends, dating. So, I would like to get back into it. I think it's just a little scary because I don't think I want to be reminded a little bit of what I was feeling and going through at that time.
Right. And similar to me too, I want to say about a couple months ago, I started journaling about something that happened to me in high school. It wasn't just one occasion, it was multiple occasions, but I went through something in high school. Who knows, maybe I'll talk about it. But I started journaling about it, and I started journaling about the last instance, because it's all, involved one person. And the last time I saw said person, I had been dreaming about them a lot. That's why I started journaling. And I don't know why I was dreaming about them, but I started to write down the last time I saw them.
Okay.
And I couldn't get through it.
Yeah.
I wrote a couple pages, and it's very short journaling. It's nothing I'm not full-fledged writing it out if it was a screenplay or anything or a novel, but just what was going on that night. And I think I got to the part right when I saw this person enter, where I was at a bar, enter the bar, and I wrote up to that point, and then what happened after that, I never wrote about it. I just stopped. And I don't know if it was because I didn't want to feel what I felt in that moment, or something in me was just why are you writing this? What's the point? You already lived through it. There's no sense of writing it down.
Yeah. I think that's kind of how I feel too. Mm-hmm. Thinking back to someone who may have caused a lot of harm in my life.
Yeah.
I think I'm at a point now where I just don't even care. I think about it and I just don't really feel much of anything. I just kind of am if it's done, it's done. If they live a great life on their own, that's wonderful. If they don't, I also just don't really care,
I'm like that for certain people
okay.
that have been in my life, but this particular person caused a lot of damage that, even though I've done a lot of healing, I've done a lot of reflection and moving on from it, there's still days where their words and their actions stick with me.
Yeah.
It's not always. It's not a constant thing, but it's once in a while.
Yeah.
And I don't want anything to do with them. I don't care how their life goes. I don't want to know about their life. I made great strides to get them out of my life, and every once in a blue moon, they will find a way to find me.
Yeah.
And it's take the hint.
Yeah.
Take the hint. I was traveling. I was overseas, Europe. And somehow, some way, they got a hold of me, and they're hey, I see you're over there. When you come back, let's meet up. And I was just I just said, no thanks. And then blocked them.
It's a good way to go about it.
Yeah. I'm there's been so many instances where they've reached out to me. I'm please don't.
Yeah.
Or no thanks. I've shown nil interest.
That's where I think, our ability to block people comes in handy.
Well, I do, but they keep finding ways. Yeah.
I know someone like that as well.
I
And that person might be listening, so you know who you are. It's okay.
I doubt.
It's okay.
Maybe I don't know if they are or not. But if you are listening, you know who you are. This is my formal, please stop. I'm good.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's a good way to go about it.
Please stop. I'm good.
Yeah.
And if you follow this podcast, fine. I'm not going to stop you. But, I'm good.
We're good.
We're good, yeah.
Life goes on.
Right.
So I think, journaling is helpful. But thank you for your comment. That was a really long-winded answer from both of us. But when we said we have a lot of experience with journaling, we have a lot of experience. And we have a lot of experience with, really sharing some of our,
deepest,
darkest thoughts, feelings,
yeah, we did.
Experiences with each other.
We really put our whole
personhood into.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
But I think that made the experience. If we hadn't have done that, I don't think we would be as close. I don't think we would have been able to have such a wonderful experience together
I do want to say
road trip.
Thanks to Phil too, because like you said, he really helped me define my style. I'm not of writing, because like I'm not the strongest like novel writer, right? Like I'm not, but I'm a strong storyteller in the sense of like I can tell a story as if I'm there with you, talking to you, having a conversation. I think he did, I don't remember, maybe it's just my delusion, so that the way I write kind of lends itself to like stand-up or like spoken word or like your like a performance type of writing. And
well, you naturally like add humor to like everything you do.
Really?
Like everything you say, everything you do, and that I think definitely came through in your writing. Like you would have these thoughts that you would put pen to paper on, but it would be funny. Like you would be cracking jokes in your own head and then writing them down.
Yeah, I do. Okay, yeah, I do
like,
do that.
You do that, yeah.
So I had a roommate in Paris which Phil, thank you for telling me stop writing about him, because like we would get these prompts. A lot of it's like, what are you feeling now? And I was like annoyed because my roommate, nice guy, not going to say his name, but he had his quirks, and some of his quirks were, how do I put it? Like I questioned them a lot. Like for instance, like the bathroom, just simple things.
Yeah.
Like hang up your towel when you're done using it. I don't care if you hang it on a chair. I don't care if you're hanging it like on the door or something. Or there was hooks in our bathrooms at where we stayed, and he would always ball them up on the floor. They would never get dry, and he's just like, my towel's not dry, and I'm like, well, no shit.
Yeah.
It's on the floor. So like,
it's a good thing you'd ever like lived in a frat house, Dominic.
Oh God, no.
Because I think
I would go nuts.
You would freak out.
Yeah. Okay, listen, I'm not like the neatest person. I have clutter, I have junk, not gonna lie, but I'm not dirty.
You're particular.
Yeah.
You like your things
I like
done
I like my
your own
kitchen
way.
counters wiped down.
Yeah.
I like my kitchen table cleared off. I like those surfaces to be neat and orderly. My personal bedroom, opposite story. It's cluttered.
It's okay.
But they say people who have a lot going on in their head don't care about clutter, because they're like, yeah, that's whatever. I need to focus on like what's important.
I feel like I could relate to that.
And like
sometimes I just have moments where I'm like, this is just not important right now. I need to do other things, and then I'll get to this. Like, I think that's also part of it. It's like, I know I'll always get to the thing that needs to get done. Mm-hmm. Say, like, cleanliness thing. Right. And just like, okay. A lot of it for me, I think, is also time management. I'm really bad at time managing, like, cleaning. Something I've been working on. Because I would be the person where my house would kind of be a disaster, but I would have plans or need to get out of the house in a few hours. And
but I think that's normal.
I still struggle with it, especially when I was working a 9-to-5 job. I felt like I never had the time. Now, I definitely do. So I try to incorporate it in my daily routine rather than saving it all for, like, cleaning for me used to be an action that was something done separate to everything else I was doing. Now I'm trying to incorporate it in just everything I do. So if I'm cooking, I'm cleaning as I'm cooking, like that type of thing. If I am doing laundry, I'm putting the laundry away as soon as it's ready to go, and I'm like trying to make it more of a process where things are getting done. I
wish I could put laundry away as soon as it's done.
It's really hard.
It is. I don't know what it is, but I think when I was working 9-to-5, because I worked from home.
Yeah.
So
same.
like I would do some work, do 45 minutes of work, and then like, all right, give me 10 minutes to go away from my computer to go either like unload the dishwasher, or if there's like pots and pans I can't go in the dishwasher in the sink, like let me go wash those real quick. Give me 15 minutes to clean out the refrigerator, like do something like that. And like I feel like when I was working, I would do that to I was working towards a goal, and that goal was to take a break from staring at the screen. Mm-hmm. I don't care what anybody tells you. You are not meant to look at a screen for those prolonged periods of time. Like, you need to, like, step away from your computer screen, from your phone screen, and, like...
It's also just not good to sit in a chair for that many hours. That would drive me insane.
I have a standing desk that I invested in, and I would challenge myself, all right, work for 45 minutes standing up, and then see how you feel. Yeah. Walk away from it, do something, and I want to preface this, my work was always done. It was always done, even working from home. And I think my last boss... Yeah. Remember, this is always going to go back to, like...
Your last boss.
Well, her, and then just, like, the podcast, too, because we were employed and now we're unemployed. So, like, we're going to go back and forth between things that we did while we were working and while we're not working. But, yeah, like, that's how I approach it. Like, I try to do that now, where I'm trying to, like, all right, what are my tasks for the day? What needs to be done around the house? What do I want to do? I think it's the opposite now. Now it's like, I know I have to clean the house. I know I have to get chores done. And if I want to do something for myself, I will say, all right, you can do that for yourself, but you got to do this first. So now it's like the opposite. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, that's just how I am. And right now, I'm really I'm still a year later cleaning out my closet. I got clothes everywhere.
Give me the stuff you don't want.
I could do that. It's a lot of Ralph Lauren.
That's great. I love that.
I love Ralph Lauren, by the way. Ralph Lauren, if you're listening.
Sponsor us.
Please.
I'll promote anything by Ralph Lauren.
Love Ralph Lauren. As I say, we're in Primark.
Yeah. Anyway, we were talking about how it's almost the 4th of July. So 4th of July is this week. We are each doing a little bit different things on our own, but we also have some past 4th of July stories, right? That we talked about getting into. Yeah. I guess let's start. What are you doing what are you doing this year for the 4th of July?
So this year, weather permitting, it looks like we're about to get some rain, but I have a pool. Okay. So that's why we're sitting poolside today. Yeah. Dana made the nice journey over here to the south side. We're going to have the pool open during the day, and then we're having some extended family relatives come over. We like to entertain them during the summer, and then a lot of my neighbors do fireworks. I might go by my cousin's house. Her neighbor does a huge fireworks display, but it's really just hanging out, kind of reconnecting with some relatives. It's always a fun time, grilling and chilling. Any, like, summer holiday or, like, event that we're hosting, it's just an excuse for me to make a big batch of cocktails.
That's the best.
Yes. And, but in the past, my one aunt would usually host, but what are your plans this 4th of July?
I am going to a Cubs game in the evening on the 4th of July, so I'll be there at night. It's like a night game. Okay. I think they're only doing it, like, for the 4th of July. Yeah. Okay. I'll be at Wrigley Field, living it up.
Are you, like, neutral in terms of Chicago baseball teams, or are you, like, one or the other?
Oh, no. Cubs through and through.
Okay.
The Sox are stinky. Stinky Sox.
Anyway.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm a Southsider, so I'm a Sox fan.
You're like the worst team in the MLB.
Well, I mean, someone's got to be the worst.
It's okay.
So.
It's okay. Yeah, no, I'm a Cubs fan through and through, so I'm very excited to spend the night of the 4th of July at Wrigley, and then see where the night takes me from there. So that's what I got going on. Nobody in my family really does anything for the 4th of July these days. I think it's my parents both have worked in healthcare their entire lives, so holidays for us have never really been
right, because they could be working.
Yeah, or a lot of it is just my parents are working the next day. You know, maybe they get the holiday off, but we're not doing anything crazy. Like, we're not staying out, or it's like the one day off that they get, so they just want to relax. Like, They don't want to do anything. So it really just depends. I don't think they're doing anything for the 4th of July. So I'm doing my own thing. That's kind of how it's been the last, like, since I've been an adult. Like, we just kind of do our own thing. And then, yeah.
So, in the past, my one aunt, my mom's oldest sister, her son, his birthday is on the 7th of July.
Okay, yeah.
So, she would use the 4th of July as his birthday party or the day to celebrate his birthday. So, it'd be combined. So, we used to drive out to the far southwest suburbs. Shout out Homer Glen. For the 4th of July / birthday party for my cousin and his grandma on his dad's side. We used to start bonfires, like, because they were, like, their subdivision was so underdeveloped. It was, like, their house and, like, maybe, like, 10 other houses, and, like, that was it. And, like, they had, like, this ditch in the front of their house, like, where all the water would go, because they didn't have, like, sewer set up yet. Like, that's how, like, new it was at the time. And this is, like, mid-2000s, early to mid-2000s, and we were taking, like, all of our old school workbooks, like, the ones we didn't need for the following year, any school papers, tests, things like that we didn't want, and we would all put them in a pile and start them on fire in front of my aunt's house. Wild, I know. And, like, none of the neighbors said anything, no one called on us or did anything. I mean, it didn't last very long, it wasn't that big, but we were still kids playing with fire.
Yeah.
So...
that was kind of fun to do, though, as a kid.
Yeah, it was. And so...
I don't know. I think I had a little bit of, like, a pyro in me as a child. I have some horror stories as a kid.
Very Ralph Wiggum from The Simpsons. The leprechaun tells me to burn things. Do you know that reference?
No.
No? Okay.
I don't watch The Simpsons, but...
okay. I haven't watched them in years, but that I do remember.
If you're listening and you know the stories about me and fire as a child, or you experienced them with me, leave a comment called... What?
Why were you burning things?
It was just fun.
I mean, agreed.
I was a kid who... I don't know. I went through a big tomboy phase. I would say, like, the majority of my childhood, I was, like, very tomboyish, where I liked being outside, and I wanted to, like, build stuff and play with fire, and I hung around a lot of, like, boys. And, yeah, but not like that.
No, I'm teasing you.
Yeah, not like that. I mean, I usually had a crush on one of them.
Okay.
But I don't think the feeling was ever mutual, which is fine, because we were just friends.
That's how it is as kids, though.
Yeah, it is. I liked that I kind of felt like one of the boys. I wasn't really interested in the things that a lot of the girls were into. I'm
not like other girls. I'm teasing you.
I sound so cringy saying that. Like, I don't like saying that, but I don't really know how else to describe it. Because it's not like I was doing it to be cool.
You can do it in the...
I actually thought I was really uncool growing up. Like,
same.
Listen, I was not popular. I don't think anyone thought I was cool. Like, I didn't get invited to parties. Like, I was not doing that.
Surprising, to be honest.
I think it's just
because you are cool.
Thank you.
I think you're cool.
I had friends. Like, I did have a lot of friends. And I was busy, like, I hung out with my friends all the time, growing up. But I wasn't really interested in partying. I didn't really go through, like, a rebellious teenage phase. I didn't really have parents that I felt like I needed to, like, rebel against. I didn't have, like, anything really, like, awful happening. Like, yeah, I went through, like, some trauma, you know, and maybe there were some things that, like, I wanted to get away from. But in terms of, kind of the typical stuff that, like, teenagers do, like drinking or trying drugs or sneaking out, my parents were just never the kind of people to, like, yell at me for stuff like that.
Yeah.
And their idea was, you know, they wanted me to be able to talk to them about anything. So I didn't have a curfew growing up. I was never grounded growing up. I never, like, obviously I would get in trouble, but me getting in trouble with them was more of, like, an actual, like, a natural consequence.
Mm-hmm.
So, if the very few times that I did do that, like, where I did, you know, quote-unquote, like, break their trust, or did something that, like, I was supposed to do, I didn't do, or vice versa, I was just like, this is dumb. Why did I do that? Well, I'm not going to do that again, because I don't want to lose privileges. Like, truly, all I had to do was just be honest with them about stuff that was going on. And so, in turn, it made me just not have an interest in drinking or, like, trying drugs or, like, sneaking. I had no need to sneak out. They were totally fine. Like, I would just tell them, oh, I'm going here and here, and they'd say, okay. Like, it just, I didn't have to hide it, and I think that made me not want to do it. Because it was like, okay, well, if I do go out and party and I come home, then I have to see my parents. Like, that's so uncomfortable for me to experience, and I'd just rather not do it. Like, you know, when I got to college, things changed. You know, I was on my own, and I definitely let loose. Another thing is, I knew that the people in my high school who did party, I knew that there was always, as natural as it is, so, like, when you have a little bit of substances in you, you maybe do things that you wouldn't do sober. Your inhibitions kind of leave you.
Release your inhibitions, feel the... Okay.
And when you're doing that around a bunch of people that you also go to school with and see every day, word gets around, and it's likely that at least one person was gonna, you know, spill the beans on something that someone did over the weekend. Like, that's just how gossiping was. And I just never wanted to be part of that. I really wanted to, like, protect my own peace while I was in high school. I never wanted to end up in a scandal. That was, like, my number one thing that I knew for myself I wanted. I didn't want to ever be in a situation with people that I maybe just didn't really know, and was gonna go and tell, you know, everybody about maybe, like, something I did that I regretted. So, yeah, I just didn't really party or anything when I was in high school. I worked a lot. I really enjoyed working. But I also wasn't really, like, involved in a lot of stuff in school. So I wasn't involved. Okay. So I didn't do sports. I really went to school to just get it done and over with.
Yeah, I was like that in high school too. I was there to get in and get out.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people thought that I was really smart. Like, I think I definitely know that, like, there was a large group of people at my high school that thought I was, like, kind of like a smart, quiet kid. And that couldn't have been further from the truth. Like, I really struggled in school, and a lot of the time I was quiet in classes because I, like, was struggling and I needed to pay attention to, like, get my grade up. And I knew for myself that I needed to go to college.
Yeah.
I needed to get out of the town I grew up in. And that I was going to do whatever it was going to take to get me there. So, yeah.
Similar in high school where I wanted to get in, I wanted to get out. I did have a group of friends that we would meet before, like, the school day started. We would meet by the library, hang out in the morning, and then we'd go to class. Some of us had lunch together because we always had different lunch periods. And we would hang out after school while we waited for our parents to come pick us up. But I never hung out with them outside of school. I hung out with one guy, because I went to an all-boys high school, so one of my friends hung out with two people that I can remember outside school. One was the guy I talked about earlier, and the other one, he was really cool. I don't know if I'll say his name, Justin, if you're out there. I hope you're doing well. But he got me my first job at Chipotle, or helped me get my first job at Chipotle, which, I'm not going to say anything about that. Sorry, Chipotle. But yeah, he was the only one I would hang out with, like, outside of school. We would just, like, meet up at Starbucks or something, go study together, do homework, and that was about it. as terms of like the popular kids, or like they were usually the ones that played football or played basketball, and then like if you knew them because they sat next to you in a class, they would invite you to like one of their parties, and I didn't care for those people. Like everything just felt like really superficial, and I'm like, I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna have a good time. Yeah. And again, I don't want to condone underage drinking, but like there was alcohol at these parties, and most of the time it was beer, and I don't like beer.
Yeah.
And so like, why was I gonna go if I'm just gonna have drunk teenagers around me? To this day, I still don't like being around drunk people. I don't mind buzzed, tipsy people if you're having a good time, but like when you're drunk and you can't stand up straight, or like you're blackout drunk, or you're gonna be sick, that's not for me. Well, there was this one girl. Well, that's a different story for another day, because I don't know if she's listening. She's probably not. But let's just say she was wearing a wig. She was wearing a dress that was like all straps, and she had to be tied into it, and those straps came undone.
You helped her?
What happened?
You helped her?
Well, my sister and I helped her,
that's
and
nice.
because we all drove together, so I was driving home, and we saw her twins.
Oh, like her boobs?
Yep.
Oh, nothing wrong with a little boob showing.
That was a while ago, but I remember that very vividly. But anyway.
Never forget a boob.
I don't want to say her name because I don't want to embarrass her.
Yeah, don't say the name.
We're not.
It's okay. We'll keep names out, but
unless the name is like really important, and I know they won't mind, I won't say it. But like,
actually, speaking of parties,
yeah,
my first time ever getting drunk was on the 4th of July.
Oh, really?
It was it was at my 4th of July party when I was 18.
Which was like 2 years ago, so.
Yeah, it was like 2 years. Yeah, everybody, it was like 2 years ago.
Yep.
Oh, this is like a wild story. It's not really that crazy, but it was my first time getting drunk. My friend's parents were out of town. He had the house to himself. So he invited a bunch of people over for a 4th of July party. So I, was like, I'm going to go. And at that point, I had just turned, 18. I was going away to school. I was willing to let loose.
Okay.
Because I knew I was out of high school. My parents wouldn't care. It was like a comfortable environment, okay?
Right.
So I was like, okay, I'm going to go to this party. All my friends were going. I invited my boyfriend at the time. He said, no thanks. He did not want to go. That's fine. You don't have to go. So I end up going to this party, and they start taking shots of vodka.
Oh, no.
And they're like, come on, like, you're going to go away to college. Like, you got to learn how to take a shot.
Mm-hmm.
So they started with giving me, like, a shot of just, like, orange juice. So it was just a shot of orange juice.
Okay.
And then each time I did it, they increased the amount of vodka in the shot, to the point where then I was just doing shots of vodka.
Okay.
And the next thing I know, I'm letting loose. And I drove. But I lived close to this friend, so I could have, like, walked home. But my other friend had been drinking, and we both needed to get home, and she did not live, like, walking distance. So we were trying to figure out, like, how are we going to get home? So I asked my boyfriend at the time if he could come pick us up, and I think he replied back saying no, and that he wanted to break up. So that was cool.
If you could see my face right now.
You know who you are. If you're listening, you know who you are, and just know I'll never forget that. Because that's kind of shocking to do to someone.
It is, yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah.
Someone you love and care about is, like, looking for a ride home when you're that young. Like, you're teenagers, and you're like, no, by the way, I want to break up with you. Shady, but, whatever. I don't think he would do that now.
Yeah.
And I don't have really any ill will towards this person, like, at all. We're still like, if I were to see him, I'd say hi, so we'll leave that at what it is. But so I call my brother. Well, actually, my friend calls my brother for me, and she's like, Dana needs a ride home. So shout out shout out to my brother. He came and got me, and on the way back he told me, it's like, you need to break up with this guy. Like, you really, we had a heart-to-heart. He was sober, I was not, but we had a good heart-to-heart. And then the next morning I was very hungover, and I realized that I left all of my stuff at my friend's house, so I went over there. This is the next morning after the 4th of July. And everybody from the night before that stayed over, because they were so drunk, was still there, like literally sleeping on the floor. And we walk in, and I'm talking to them about what's going on, what had happened the night before, what to do. And I said, yeah, I'm gonna go to college, and I want to party, and I want to like meet new people. I really want to use. I waited so long to be able to let loose, because I knew I needed to accomplish this first. I knew I needed to finish high school. I needed to get into a school, like a good school, for what I wanted to do. And I said, you know what, I set myself up to a place where now, like, I can let loose, and I want to have fun, and I want to meet new people, and I don't want someone to hold me back from doing that. And so, yeah, then he came over to my house, and I think the conversation was like 5 minutes. It was just like, yes, this is what it is. And that was kind of it. And yeah, the rest is history. So then I moved on with my life, and then I went to school, and I partied a lot.
I guess I was the opposite. I think I went to 2 college parties in my life.
You commuted, so it's a little bit different too.
Yeah, I commuted, but like none of my classmates were ever throwing parties.
Yeah, because you didn't hang out with the DJs. That's where you had to be.
The DJs?
The DJs.
What's that?
So, Columbia, for anyone listening, I say DJs because Columbia had, like,
Was it the building, the Dwight?
Well...
What was it called?
Yeah, the Dwight was, like, the party place. But what I'm saying is, like, if you wanted to, like, find people that did like to party, you needed to become friends with, like, sound engineers and, like... those kinds
of DJs.
DJs. Yeah, like the people who were going to school to like make music or like produce music, because they were the ones who loved to party.
See, my classmates were not like that. See, I was in advertising, and all my classmates were these hipsters that drank coffee that came from a sewer, smoked natural cigarettes, didn't shower as often as they should have. They were trying to like change the world with their advertising and spread a message. I'm like, the only thing you're spreading is halitosis. Like, I went to... Okay, so there's one girl. Then I went... Okay, she was like... She went into advertising because she liked... She was really into fashion, and she wanted to be a stylist. I don't know why she was in advertising. Don't ask me why, but she loved fashion, was trying to style people. She had her own Instagram style page. She was originally from Memphis, I believe. And I remember being in school, and I had a pair of, like, the dad New Balances. Like, not like the big chunky like dad ones, but like the nicer ones that like the elder millennial hipsters used to wear, like with their jeans and their turtlenecks and hoodies and so I remember it was raining, so I put on a nice pair of jeans. I put on those New Balances because I didn't want to get I wore a lot of leather shoes. I still do. I didn't want to get them wet with all the rain. It was the spring. I had a blue trench coat. I put a hoodie on underneath it. I thought I looked like Rihanna because she wore something similar one time.
Oh, yeah.
There's a plane passing.
We're right by the airport.
Yeah, I live about 10 minutes south of Midway Airport.
We both live like 10 minutes away
from
airports.
You do. Dana lives by O'Hare. I live by Midway.
Yeah. But you know Midway. Sorry, not to cut you off, but Midway is the airport. I prefer Midway. I do. Like, this is the airport that, like, when my family would fly out of, we would always fly out of Midway.
I have beef with Midway because they used to have McDonald's, and I think about 10 years ago they lost the contract with McDonald's. So there's, like, no, like, mainstream restaurants there now.
You know what? I have beef with Midway too because listen, in like 2021 or 2022, I went with my friends to Miami, and I said, I'm going to Miami. I want a shot at the airport. And for some reason, 2 shots of tequila cost me $100.
What?
Yes, each shot was $50.
No.
I'm not joking.
That's messed up.
Right?
No, I don't think I've ever drank.
And I just didn't have it in me to, like, argue, so I just paid it because I said whatever. But isn't that wild? I think they legitimately gave me, like, the most expensive tequila they had, and I didn't ask for it. But I was like, okay, whatever.
That's a possibility. I'm trying to think if I've ever drank at the airport.
Oh my god. You've never drank at the airport? Not even like a mimosa?
I've drank on the plane. I have no problem drinking on planes. Like, I enjoy an alcoholic beverage, but I'm not like a huge drinker.
But like having a drink in an airport is so fun. It's such like a good time killer. Like you just, and then you can like make friends at the bar that you never have to see again.
I think the most I think I had a margarita from Frontera.
Okay.
At O'Hare, but I think I drank it by myself. Because, like, if you've been to O'Hare and you've been at any of the Frontera locations within O'Hare, like, they're tiny. And, like, you just, like, grab your stuff and you go. For those of you who don't know, for our non-Chicago listeners, Frontera is a restaurant here in Chicago. It's part of one of 3 Rick Bayless restaurants. And Rick Bayless is a Chicago chef. Very good food. It's pricey, though. I'm trying to think, like, tangent, like, drinking at the airport. I've drank on the plane.
Okay, the next time you fly somewhere, you gotta have a drink at the airport.
I don't know where my next flight is. You know what? Hold on, wait.
Yes, you do. You're always going somewhere.
I know, I travel a lot, but, like, I'm trying to think, like, where I can't say that I've drank in the airport, no. Can't say that I have.
Okay, like this pod episode, if you think me and Dominic need to fly and take a trip somewhere just so he can have a drink in the airport.
When we went to Fort Lauderdale, I didn't drink before that flight.
Because we weren't...
You weren't of age.
We weren't... Yeah. No,
I was of age, yeah.
Most of us weren't of age, so, like, we didn't go to a bar.
No, I was of age. I'm older than Dana,
I think I brought my fake ID to
I'm older than Dana,
Florida,
but not that
and
much
I think
older.
I was using it at restaurants.
Yeah. But most of the time, they didn't ask.
No.
Or I would show them mine, and they'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what we did.
Yeah.
And then you would go in to buy alcohol for us at the store, and we would all, like, just, like, stand outside, but there was, like, 6 of us.
But we didn't have a car, but I would go into the store, and... I think they knew. It was like spring break. I don't think they cared.
I don't think they cared.
It's Florida.
Yeah. So true. Like, after that, I'm like, the other experiences I've had in Florida, I'm like, there's no way they would have cared.
So I go to Disney a lot. Or at least once a year. I don't want to say a lot. At least once a year. And one year we went for my birthday, and we were having, this was prior to the pandemic. I think it was the year before. Yeah, it was the year before, because the next year I turned that age where they kick you off your parents' insurance. Mm-hmm. And so we were there, and we were at 1900 Park Fair, which is the Grand Floridian's, like, buffet and character dining experience. Okay. And my sister and I ordered some kind of drinks, and we asked the waiter, like, oh, we haven't finished our drinks. And they kind of time you. It's a soft time limit because they got to get people in and out of this restaurant to meet the characters. And we're like, wait, we haven't finished our drinks yet. And the guy's like, you're on Disney property. So he literally took to-go cups, poured our drinks in there, and was like, have a nice day. I don't know if they still do that now. I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble. But yeah, Disney's kind of like its own, like...
No, I think they still do to-go cups.
Yeah, they do. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I just thought it was wild when he, like, took a cup and just, like, dumped it in there. I was like, have a nice day.
That's so nice.
It was really nice. So, a shout out to Disney World. I've been going every year since I was 20. And I have yet to make it to the Asian parks. So if we want to take this pod international, maybe we can record
I'm going to Japan in May.
Take me with you.
For my big 30 birthday.
Okay, so all right. Wait, I'm 3 years older than you.
Yeah.
Ew.
So I'm gonna be like really old.
You're not really old.
I'm gonna be so old.
Ariana Grande just turned 33.
She's cute.
I love Ariana Grande.
I do too. I do love her music.
I love her music. I don't want to say anything, but girl, if you're listening, I'm concerned for you. That's all I'm gonna say.
We'll leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that. Yeah, I'm concerned. But yeah, what were we talking about?
I don't even.
How do we get here?
Just going.
Wait,
I don't know. We were talking about the 4th, and yeah. Do you have any fun stories, like fun 4th of July stories?
No, oh well, I never finished my story. We would do
okay.
the bonfires.
Oh, okay.
Back to the bonfires in front, of my aunt's house.
Yeah.
So my cousin's grandma pulled up. She was late to the party, and she was just like, "Are you trying to get that fire started?" Like, "Yeah, I won't stay lit." She reaches into her bag, and she's like, "Here's a can of hairspray. Have fun." That could have gone horribly wrong.
That's hilarious.
But, like, we were spraying it at an already, like, existing fire. We weren't trying to make, like, a blowtorch out of it. And then we threw it in there, but, like, it didn't get hot enough for it to explode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thankfully.
Did you want that to happen?
We didn't know what was going to happen.
Oh, okay.
Because, like, we ran out of hairspray. So, like, the can was empty, but we still threw it in there. Mm-hmm. And it kind of just, like, sucked itself in. Yeah. Like, nothing. Like, I guess it imploded.
That's good.
Yeah. 4th of July. I remember one 4th of July. We were at Navy Pier.
Ooh.
I think.
Actually, one year I did the Navy Pier fireworks thing with one of my friends, and we brought drinks in to-go cups and drank at the beach, and then we got really drunk, and then it started pouring rain. Downpouring. Got soaking wet. I think we, walked back to her place in the rain, changed. I don't know what happened after that.
I'm trying to think, high school, what was it like? College, definitely okay, I'm not trying to tell all my family's secrets in business right now, but, yeah, we kind of, my house kind of became the 4th of July spot because of the pool. And my aunt went through a divorce, and then she stopped hosting parties, so, by default, because of the pool, we started coming to my house. Do you remember, schools and park districts would do, fireworks displays, before and after 4th of July? Before, during, and after?
Not before or after, but, on the 4th of July, yes. Because they still do that out in the suburbs.
I just remembered something. One 4th of July, I was working. I had a summer job in high school. We had family friends who used to own a restaurant in Little Village, which is one of Chicago's Mexican and Hispanic neighborhoods. And they would be at the Taste of Chicago. They would have a booth. And I would work in their booth serving tacos. And so a couple 4th of Julys, I would spend it working the Taste of Chicago and getting to see the fireworks from Grant Park.
That's cool.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Real quick. So, it's a fun little story about working there. People did not know how to pronounce carne asada. And, I don't care if you say a carne asada. That's fine.
Yeah.
You got it, right?
Yeah.
And so I had this woman. My sister was my witness because she was working with me. She was right next to me. It would be me, my sister, and my one cousin. We'd work together. She comes up, and she goes, "Yeah, can I get 2 of those carne Asian tacos?" Carne Asian tacos. And I said, "If you want carne Asian..."
That ain't right.
The booth behind us serves Chinese food. They got some kind of beef barbecue going on over there. And she's like, "No, I want that carne Asian. It's right on your menu board." I'm like, "We have carne asada." And she's
I don't know how you messed that up.
I don't know how to. And that's when we learned that the majority of the population slathers their Mexican food. I see there's a bird hovering.
Okay.
It just went away. In sour cream.
Yes.
And we would charge 2 tickets for a side of sour cream. And people would get so pissed, it's a condiment. I'm like, you want it as a dip. You want it as a side.
Yeah.
No, we're playing, guys. I'm sorry. Who's this? Oh, they've both been Southwest.
I haven't had sour cream.
Is there vegan sour cream?
Yeah, kind of, but
Like I know there's that
not really.
There's like that coconut yogurt.
Yeah,
which
so
is very
I
good.
use that. There's a few different brands of like dairy-free, like plant-based coconut, like different kinds of yogurt, plain yogurt.
Okay.
That doesn't have any like sweetness to it. It
Right.
really just tastes like plain unsweetened yogurt. And that works well, but it's not as thick. It's not as like thick as sour cream is. It's a little watery still.
Mexican sour cream, or crema, as they say, is very runny.
Oh.
So it might be similar to that.
Yeah,
So, but like,
probably.
But American sour cream, like that Daisy, is she thick?
Yeah, no, I haven't probably had like Daisy sour cream since I was 19. Yeah.
Sour cream has its place. I'm not like a huge, like, I like it, but I'm not one of those people who are like, so when I worked at Chipotle, again, they had the Mexican crema, and people would drown their burrito bowls with it. And it's like, you're having basically sour cream soup.
Yeah.
Sour cream gazpacho, because it was cold.
I think, though, that if you grew up
Comment down below.
eating, like, I think if you grew up eating, like, heavy, like, cheesy meals, then you'd want a lot of sour cream.
I love cheese,
yeah.
but not sour cream.
I don't know. You know what I really can't stand? It's like, you ever see online, like, these people who do all these, like, Instant Pot and, like...
Oh, okay, yes. There's
an epidemic of, like...
Cream
cheese with crock pots.
Yes.
And I just want to let everybody out there know, you do not need to add a block of cream cheese to every single dinner meal that you have.
Right.
Not everything needs
a block of cream cheese. Right. There was a cream cheese shortage during the pandemic because of that.
No way.
Yes. There was a cream cheese shortage.
It drives me insane. Like,
and
as
like,
soon as I see it, I'm scrolling.
I really like to make Mexican green spaghetti. Have you had it before?
No, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, with the poblanos.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you don't add sour cream or cream cheese to it, it can be vegan or vegetarian.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to take out the cream cheese because a few times I've made it, what happens is, like, if you try to make the sauce like a day in advance, the cream cheese recoagulates. Even though you blended it into the sauce, it gets thick, and you're left with, like, this poblano cream cheese. Then you have to, like, melt it back down, and then it's, like, never the same. And even if you have leftovers of it, it's just, like, everything sticks together because of how much cream cheese is in this sauce.
Yeah.
And I want to tell to all you cream cheese lovers out there, I love cream cheese on a bagel. I want a New York style. I want like an inch of cream cheese.
Yeah. I love like a bagel with some like dairy-free plant-based cream cheese.
Yeah, I've had that.
I love
it's
it.
great.
It's good.
Yeah. But you don't eat, like, the Italians did it right when they use pasta water as a thickener.
Yes.
And then it's like, you're like, is there cream in this? They're like, no, it's just the pasta water, and the starch is what makes it creamy. Lay off the cream cheese, please. It's my PSA.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Okay. It's my PSA about cream cheese. Comment down below, are you team cream cheese or are you team sour cream?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard for me to tell these days, like, what the difference is. Like, I don't know.
Also,
I feel like they have the same consistencies and do the same thing. I guess cream cheese is a little...
Cream cheese isn't as sour as...
Yeah, no.
It's tangy, but it's not sour like sour cream.
That is true.
I bought a brand of cream cheese recently, and it was too tangy. Like, it's still sitting in my refrigerator. I don't want to use it.
Really?
I don't know what I'm going to use it in. I'll probably find a recipe to, like, cook it down. It's not Philadelphia. It's one of their competitors, and I got it because it was on sale. It's a brand name. It's not a store brand. It's a brand name.
Is it Land O'Lakes?
No.
Okay.
It's Tillamook. Tillamook.
Oh.
This is what I want to talk about.
Well, I think they use, like, kefir in their,
I know in their cheese, but not. It doesn't say it on the cream cheese package. Okay, so this is what I want to talk about. This is a topic.
Okay.
Okay, I know we talked about 4th of July, but it's a little boring. Sorry, guys. What's your favorite? That could be your question.
Okay,
Another question
yeah,
too.
sure.
First question is cream cheese or sour cream? Do you have an obsession, or do you detest them? Second one is for you listeners. what is your preferred backyard get-together party food?
Ooh, that's a really good one.
Yeah.
I want, like, you to list the sides, too.
Yeah, I love the side dish.
The sides is where backyard, like, cookout food
do you
thrives.
Do you mess with macaroni salad, potato salad?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I love mayonnaise. I love mayonnaise. So they do make plant-based mayonnaise now, but I love it all. I want the coleslaw. I want potato salad. I want pasta salad. I want macaroni salad.
I make a mean...
literally everything. I
make a mean bean salad. It's vegan.
Oh my god, I love a bean salad.
It's my famous bean salad.
Three bean salad. I love, I don't know, like dips. I love dips and little snacks. And like, I like grazing. Like, I'm definitely, when it comes to eating, more of like a grazer.
Yeah.
And if I go to your house and you have like just a table of like food that I can just graze at, I'm in heaven.
I am too. Okay, so that makes two of us. Okay, so the brand Tillamook came out of nowhere. I started seeing it in stores. I like their packaging design from an advertising standpoint, marketing. Appreciate that. And then it was all over Instagram, TikTok. Everyone's like, I'm using Tillamook cheese. I'm using, like, it was everywhere. Okay. Same thing with this brand of a flat top grill called Blackstone. People...
I know exactly what you're talking about, and I also have so many opinions.
What I want to know. I want to know. Okay, I want to know your opinions. But, like, it would just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, because I think they, like, started... I think what happened was they started, sending their products out to influencers to promote. And it was, like, a whole branding deal type thing. And then all of a sudden you're seeing, like, every influencer you follow making a video about cooking on their Blackstone.
And so, like, I appreciate that they're at an affordable price point. You can pick one up at Walmart or any hardware store. They have them. And, you know, of course, if you get, like, a fancy one with extra features, it can be more expensive. But they're usually around $100 to $121, right? I appreciate that aspect of them. This phenomenon of things just, like, appearing overnight, I want to talk about that.
Yeah. Because
I saw a reel, and I think they're in the UK, and they're asking people, like, what celebrity, you know, do you not understand the appeal? And this one girl said Sabrina Carpenter.
Okay.
We're not shading Sabrina. We're not criticizing her. I'm just quoting quoting this woman, young lady in the reel. She says she came out of nowhere overnight. And a lot of people in the comments were arguing, like, no, she's been around for the last 10 years. She was on Disney Channel. She's had, like, 4 or 5 albums before she really blew up. And I was like, that's the key word, blew up. She's been around. She's had music. And then this last, like, album or two, boom, everybody was a Sabrina Carpenter fan.
I think I know what happened.
Okay, explain.
She really blew up when she when she was able to open for Taylor Swift on the Eras tour.
Okay.
At least that's when I first found out about Sabrina Carpenter, like, really being a, like, pop star, I guess.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that's around the time that she, like, really had her, like, whole rebranding to become this thing that she is now. But I think it started when she was doing the Eras tour because nobody really, like, knew a ton of her music to start out with. Like, at the start of the Eras tour, nobody really knew Sabrina Carpenter's music. It was really just like, this girl is super cute and she looks like Polly Pocket.
That she does.
And her music was good. She is talented.
Oh yeah.
And then by the end of the tour, like, end of the Eras tour, Sabrina Carpenter's music was, like, everywhere from that album that she was performing while opening. But that album wasn't necessarily, like, new, you know, but she was just performing what she could. And I think that's when, that's when she started surging, because you were seeing then people, like, at the concert taking a bunch of videos of Sabrina Carpenter and posting it online. And I think her opening was able to have a decent amount of production to it as well, where she had backup dancers. It was still like an opening act that was really engaging.
It was a well-produced, well-funded.
Well-produced and well-funded. I think that had to do with the fact that, I mean, she was opening for Taylor Swift Eras Tour. That's probably like the number one. I mean, I don't even know the numbers that tour brought in comparison to...
So, like, I knew of Sabrina from Disney Channel, and then my friend Drea was like, here, listen to, like, she gave me, like, a handful of Sabrina songs before she exploded. And so, like, I knew of her, I had a couple of her songs on my phone, and then when she blew up, I'm just like, where have y'all been?
Yeah.
Like, she's been here for a while now, but that's what it is. It's like, I feel like because of the pandemic, everybody has FOMO, fear of missing out. And they want to grab onto something and be part of something.
Yeah.
Do you see that in our society?
I do. Okay. This is like really niche to say, but
okay.
I feel like I had FOMO, like I've always had FOMO.
Okay.
But I think there was something really cool back before COVID happened where having individualism online was like it was like if you were doing something a little bit different, you were gonna soar.
Right.
And I'm gonna say this. I know that the Kardashians are not loved heavily.
Right.
Neither are the Jenners. But I think there's a reason why specifically Kylie Jenner has been seen as like the it girl for people kind of our age and younger for a long time. And I think it's because like back when we were in high school, like she's the one who was like out here posting like dyeing her hair blue and like being really edgy and having piercings and then doing the whole getting into like photography and the whole Tumblr thing and like wearing kind of like 90s vintage grunge before it was like really a cool thing to do. Like she really kind of set the trend for a lot of like teenagers at the time.
Yeah.
And that was, I remember being a teenager at that time and I was like, this is so cool. How did she like find this? Now I realize like she herself was like a highly produced person online.
Right.
You know, like there's a whole team that went in behind that, like obviously. But I think she knew what she was doing.
Right.
Yeah.
No, agreed. And I remember where I was when her lip kits dropped online for the first time out. I was in class, and everybody had their computer out trying to get one.
Yeah.
And my professor was like, "Why? What? We're not paying attention." And like people were taking out their debit cards and trying to secure it online. And they're like, "What's going on?" And some girl was like, "Oh my God, you don't know! Like Kylie's dropping a lip kit," and like everybody like flocked to that. Yeah, and I just personally feel that there's a lot more bandwagon people now.
Yeah.
Post COVID.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think COVID did a number. I think there's a lot of different reasons why that's happening. I think the economy always has like a direct impact on the arts. Like anytime the economy is kind of going bad, you do see, I mean, that's where you see like every sort of area within the arts takes a hit first.
Yeah.
And there's this sort of lack of creativity that's happening. And I think we're kind of feeling that right now.
The beige and blandification.
Yeah, the beige and blandification because it's too costly to do something different.
Right.
And, you know, it's cheaper to do the generic thing. And
I don't know if I sent you that reel. It's the blandification of like luxury fashion houses and how all their logos all essentially look the same now.
Yeah.
like Yves Saint Laurent.
Yeah.
They took out the Yves Saint Laurent. They're just Saint Laurent, and just Paris underneath. Calvin Klein changed their font. Burberry changed their font. Like and they're all sans serifs, and they're all like in all caps, and they're all bolded. And I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, I think it's. I think it. People, I don't know. I really have a hard time with it because for me, like, I love, like, maximalist artwork. Like, I love, like, psychedelic art. I want, we've talked about this, like, you know what I like.
Yeah.
It's, like, really out there, like, very bold, and I want colors, and I want, like, animal. Like, I don't know, I'm, like, really out there. That's what I love, like, something that's attention grabbing. And I don't know, I just think that to produce an idea like that, it's costly. And so companies don't want to pay the money to do it. So I think that's what it all comes down to, is they cheapen their creativity. Because it's more cost effective. And I think a lot of that did stem when COVID, like, you genuinely couldn't get, like, materials.
Right.
You know, it was like, well, you legitimately couldn't get lumber. Like, you couldn't get necessities. So I think that's kind of what happened, and in turn, those materials became cheaper, or textiles, whatever it is, whatever medium it is that's being used, and, you know, and now we have, like, AI art, which is, like, all the same, too, because, like, AI can only, I don't know, I have I'm going on a tangent.
That could be our next episode, AI.
Yeah.
But I experienced that firsthand, the beigification.
Yeah.
Because when I was working, my last boss, that was her direction. That was her aesthetic that she wanted to go in. You know, the stores used to have blues and greens, and
it's also like the whole
splashes.
clean girl, like, fad.
She was a clean girl.
Clean girl, and that's fine for some people, but, like, I don't want to be the clean girl. I just don't want it. Like, you know, I don't know. I guess people think that, like, the whole clean girl aesthetic equals, like, luxury. Yeah. And I don't see it that way.
I don't agree with that.
No.
I like spaces, like, one of my favorite places in the city, again, hi Ralph Lauren, is the Ralph Lauren flagship store on Michigan Avenue. It's 4 floors. They have a custom suit tailoring, like, salon for men and women. There's a home section, there's a cafe, you can go to Ralph's Coffee, there's the bar and grill. It is a beautifully decorated store.
It is.
You don't even feel like you're in Chicago. You feel like you're in, like, somewhere on the East Coast, New England, the Hamptons. Like, and I hate to say this, but, like, old money.
Yeah.
But it's not quiet luxury. It is, like, pow in your face. You know you're at Ralph Lauren. And I love spaces like that. I like, it does not necessarily Ralph Lauren. I like spaces with rich materials, like woods, dark woods. I like carpets and area rugs. I like big couches, appropriately sized couches for the space, with lots of throw pillows and blankets. Like, it has to feel at home. When I'm surrounded by good artwork, luxury fabrics and materials, to me that's luxury. Yeah. I don't want to see your plain ass white wall with your beige couch that you got, you know, like, that no one can sit on it because it's going to be, like, I don't want that. I don't want to see plain countertops with nothing. Like, I want to see somebody lives there. Show off your KitchenAid. Show off your Le Creuset Dutch oven. Like, you don't have to hide everything.
No. I like going into someone's house and seeing how personal it is to them.
Oh, for sure.
There's a real true beauty in going into someone's house and just, you know, appreciating, like, the small things that they've done to create their space, like a place that is them. You can learn so much about a person just by being in their home.
100%.
And yeah, but you know what? Like, this is where I would love to get, like, my boyfriend's opinion, because he truly is, like, a brutalist architect fanatic. Like, he loves brutalist architecture.
I do too.
And, like, if he could, he would live in a, like, truly brutalist loft. Like, what you would...
I appreciate brutalist architecture. I think my favorite type of, like, architecture is very Frank Lloyd Wright, very mid-century modern.
Same.
Clean lines, but I want the outside of the home to look simple, but once you come inside...
You want it to be.
I like mid-century modern. I like 60s, 50s, 60s, a little bit of early 70s, not too much, because 70s is when they got real groovy. But I also, like, I appreciate so many eras of design. I think when I finally move out, I think I do want a mid-century home and have those touches, but I also want it to see me throughout the design, see me in each space. Like, yeah, it's mid-century, but it's also very Dominic.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
See, I love, if I could, like, design my house to be anything, like, if I could build a house from the ground up and make it whatever I want, I think I would do, if you've ever seen, like, Lenny Kravitz's 1960s inspired house, 1970s house.
Oh, yeah.
It is exactly what I would do. It is so wonky. I love it. It's so, I don't know, kind of like psychedelic on the inside.
Okay.
It's like red carpet. And, like, it's like really, really, there's like chrome walls. And I just think it's so cool. I would do something like really different.
Really different.
Yeah.
It's kind of it reminded me of Elvis's house in Tennessee.
Oh, I've never been there.
Oh, I remember what we were talking about before the plane interrupted. About what I was wearing and that one girl, my classmate. She was
With the ties?
No, with my New Balances. Remember I was talking about wearing New Balances?
Oh, no.
On a rainy day going to school?
Yes.
And then the plane. So real quick, to wrap that up.
Mm-hmm.
She made fun of me. She's like, I know you didn't come up in this classroom wearing grandpa New Balances.
They were like that back when we were kids.
Right. And so, flash forward, I think up until last year, I still followed her on Instagram, and she posted a picture wearing an identical outfit. New Balances, a trench coat, a hoodie.
They're kind of in now.
And she had, like, she had to make it art. She had to make it artsy and make it fashion. So I commented. I just said, hey, remember when you called me a grandpa for wearing those shoes? First, she deleted my comment. And then, like, a few hours later, she deleted the post.
That's so funny. I love how you can, like, you have, like, this confidence where you can just, like, call people out on their stuff, like, years later. And you just don't care. It's amazing.
I just, like, I took a choice. I was already kind of, like, at that moment in time.
You don't have any shame.
I don't.
Yeah,
because, like, you know what? Let's be adults about this. Like, hey, this bothered me. You did something. I'm going to let you know. Obviously, there is a way to do it.
Yeah.
There's a nuance. But, I haven't seen her since graduation day. So I was just like, hey, like, I kind of said it playfully. I put, like, a laughing emoji, like, to let her know that, like, I was just messing around.
Yeah.
But, like, also, like, yeah, you called me a grandpa for wearing those shoes. Here you are 8 years later wearing the exact same outfit.
Yeah. It happens.
This is why...
I definitely made fun of someone... listen, I definitely recall making fun of someone for wearing New Balances when we were... when I was like 14.
Well, that's different.
And I apologize to whoever you are. If I don't think this person would ever listen to this podcast, but I did make fun of your shoes, and I'm really sorry that I did that, because I'd probably buy a pair of New Balances now. They're like they're kind of cool now, and you were just,
I was trying to look okay, and I thought I looked nice. I was even wearing a baseball hat. I never wear a baseball hat.
The thing is, for me, like, I really hated as a kid. This sounds so vain. Again, like, I keep saying all the, like, I will get these ideas, and I'm like, God, that sounds so vain. But it, like, is what I would think as a kid. Like, I think it stems from the fact that I started dressing myself at 2 years old. That once I was like 14, and I could tell that someone's like parents were still dressing them, like literally picking out their clothes and their shoes.
Oh yeah. Yes.
I don't know. Like I like fully like shamed that, because I thought I'm like, why are you being? In my head, I was like, you're so incompetent.
There was
like, I don't know why. I obviously now I don't think that, but I felt that way when I was a kid. I was like, you look lame as fuck. Like,
okay. Same here. There was this kid, again, not gonna name any names. He transferred, I think, like 6th or 7th grade into our school. You can tell his mom still dressed him. From, some of his prints were a little juvenile for a 7th, 8th grader, just a little bit. And, like, everything looked like somebody else picked it out for him. He looked like he came out of a Gap Old Navy catalog. And I guess part of me was a little jealous, just a little bit, because I liked the Gap, I liked the Old Navy at that time, and we wouldn't shop there all the time. But, yeah, now that you mentioned it, there were kids who, a handful of kids, I think of, or like the girls who, so there were the girls who wanted to dress more mature, right? They saw the fashion magazines, and then you had the girls too who were like still at Limited 2, still wearing mud from Kohl's, like, there's two different aesthetics going on.
Okay. Sorry, I changed my mic to.
The mics are magnetic, so we're using our stainless steel
cups
as our mic stands.
Thanks, Dominic.
Of course. Yeah, and I remember I wouldn't make fun of the girls because that's mean, but I would make fun of the guys, being like, "Does your mom still dress you?" At that age, I was dressing myself. I had a lot of body insecurity. And
a lot of men go from their moms dressing them to their girlfriends dressing them, and I just want to let all the women out there know, you don't need to dress your man. Okay? You don't need to take on that role and responsibility. You need to make your man learn how to dress himself. Okay?
Have you seen those ads, again, going back to trends and Instagram, have you seen those ads? I think it's called Bare Bottoms, and they're like, they make shorts and like t-shirts for guys. They're very like elevated basics, basically. And it's always a woman. Girls, ladies, does your man dress like he's still in college? She's like, I found him, he's shorts and he loves them and he's not afraid to put them on. And I'm just like, she's like, I don't have to convince him to put them on. It's like, why do grown-ass men need to be convinced to put on nice clothes? What is that phenomenon?
I don't know.
Okay.
Because I don't know. My dad, I don't know, I feel like my dad knew how to dress. Like,
My dad, he's here.
Kind of like, he was, doing his thing when he was younger. And, like, he always dressed nice for work and professional. Like, I feel like my parents taught me how to also dress appropriately for occasions. But I will say, I do know people whose parents did not teach them that.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess I didn't realize until I was a lot older that is genuinely a skill.
Sorry, I had like one sip left of my margarita and all the salt settled to the bottom. So it was just a whole sip of salt. Anyway, sorry.
But yeah.
Thankful to my mom. My mom has good taste. And she taught me and my sister how to dress. She taught us how to dress appropriately for whether it be a restaurant, a party, a social gathering. Like, my mom taught us the differences in what to wear and what not to wear. And then as we got older, 7th, 8th grade, high school, we had more liberty and freedom with dressing ourselves. I went through a phase in high school where I was wearing like long sleeve t-shirts with jeans and then like driving loafers. Looking back now, I'm like, why? But at the time I was like, oh, I took a t-shirt and I elevated it by wearing suede driving loafers.
I went through a phase when I was...
My driving loafer phase.
Like, around that age, too. This is weird, though. Like, I look back and I think it literally had to do with, like, puberty. I just remember when I was, like, going through puberty, I went through this weird phase where I literally could not wear anything other than a t-shirt or, like, a cotton tank top and, like, basketball shorts, like men's or boys' basketball shorts. And I think it was a feeling thing. Like, I don't know why. I think it was like my body changing and the feeling of it was like a sensory thing. It was like the feeling of jeans, like denim on my skin
Really?
Made me want to vomit. Yeah. I grew out of that.
Okay.
Once I went, like, I feel like that lasted, like, a year.
Okay.
A year-ish. Like, I feel like maybe 2 years, like 7th to 8th grade. But then when I went to high school, it changed. But I also, like, I think it was because I was going through puberty. And I just, like, was so uncomfortable all the time.
Speaking of fabric that feels like makes you want to vomit, I'm like that with, I think I've said this before, polyester.
Yeah.
But specifically, now clothing manufacturers for men's swimwear, for swimming trunks, they're putting in, like, full-on polyester, like, compression shorts. Not, like, really compression, but, like, boxer briefs, full synthetic boxer briefs as a liner for swimming trunks. And I cannot stand it. I'd rather go full commando under them. Like, I want to cut them out, or like cut them to like a brief shape, because I cannot stand wet fabric on my thighs. I don't like anything tight on my thighs, like, at all. And I don't like boxer briefs for that reason. I don't want extra fabric on my thighs. For what? What is it doing? Nothing. 2, you're gonna get wet, and then when you get out of the pool or you get out of the water, you're sitting there in the sun and they just collect moisture, and now you're hot. You have wet, thick, hot polyester on your thighs.
Yeah, that sounds miserable.
It is miserable.
I feel like that would be like swimming in leggings.
Yeah, it is. It's like swimming in thigh-length leggings. That's exactly what it is.
Ugh. No, thank you.
And like for my sister didn't, and my brother-in-law didn't do like traditional like bachelor parties. They just had a big party when we got to, because my sister got married in Mexico. So when we got to the resort, the groomsmen and the bridesmaids, we rented a catamaran. We went out to Isla Mujeres, and we were all wearing matching bathing suits and t-shirts. And those swimming trunks that I had for my sister's batch party had those liners, and I was uncomfortable the entire day.
Yeah.
I hated it.
I really want...
Snorkeling was fun.
I want it to become normal to switch, for women, your bikini bottoms to just being a thong. Because...
Okay.
I hate when I'm wearing normal sized bottoms and then my butt, like, literally eats the fabric.
Okay.
It, like, gets... Women, if you know, like, you get the worst wedgie from, like, regular bottoms. Like, when they're kind of, like, more of a thong cut, you don't have that happen. I mean, like, yeah, your butt's out, but it's so much more comfortable than, like, literally you get out of the pool and, like, one half of the brief is, like, in your butt crack. And you have to, like, pull it out, and it's annoying.
I don't mind that at all. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna police people and what they wear, as long as they're comfortable and as long as it's appropriate. And this is where I'm gonna quote Tati Westbrook: time and place.
Time and place.
Because I've been to like the pools at like Disney resorts, and there's kids there. You're at Disney World, and there's like these young girls walking around in their thongs, literally like their whole ass hanging out. It's like a string just coming up from their butt and then around their waist, and then they have like literal just like pasties with strings.
Okay, that's crazy.
As their bikini top. If we're at a beach at an adult all-inclusive, by all means, go for it. I don't care. But when you're like in the middle of Disney World wearing a thong when there's little kids running around, like, time and place. Same thing too. There were some gay guys, they were celebrating Pride at Disney World. Go for it, great. But then they were wearing skimpy Speedos to like Typhoon Lagoon.
I don't know what that reference.
Typhoon Lagoon is one. Disney World has 2 water parks on property, and Typhoon Lagoon's one of them.
Okay.
And like, I don't mind a Speedo, but they gotta be semi-full coverage.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's fine. Like, I get it. European men, or literally everywhere else except for the United States, they wear Speedos.
Yeah.
Or
I don't mind a Speedo,
or
honestly.
What do
rock your Speedos, everybody?
The Brazilians call them sungas, S-U-N-G-A.
Oh, I don't know.
They're a little bit more square cut. They're a little bit more full coverage.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Wear those. I don't mind those. But when you're wearing ones that are like Go-Go Boy Speedos to a Disney water park, rethink your life choices. Okay. Everybody's in their thongs and Speedos, letting it all hang out.
Don't swim in Lake Michigan, everyone. You will die.
No. Okay, so we have a...
okay, you can swim at the beach, but don't, like, take your... Okay, though, this is an actual PSA to everybody. If you live in the Chicagoland area and you want to take your boat out on the lake, by all means, go ahead. Please.
Don't litter.
Don't litter, and also don't swim in Lake Michigan without a life jacket on. Because you will die. You will die.
You will get chlamydia and die.
Every year there are people who are drunk. I'm not joking. Every year there are...
No, this does happen, guys.
There are people that are drunk. Like, I feel like every weekend it's happening. Where, like, someone will go out on a boat and, like, they'll be drinking all day, and then, you know, you jump in the water with your friends and you're drunk, and then nobody's paying attention and you're not wearing a life jacket, and then you've got other boats coming in and the waves are pretty bad and the water is, like, super deep. Because Lake Michigan is almost like an ocean.
It's a lake that acts as an ocean. Yep.
Yeah. And people don't know how to swim, or they don't swim as well as they did if they were, like, you know, sober. And they die. They drown. Or they get pulled under. Like,
yep.
It's bad. So please, if you swim in Lake Michigan, like...
If you're going to go to the deep end.
If you're going to go into the deep end, wear a life jacket. That includes swimming at the ledge.
Yes, ma'am. I did my first... I think I've been to Chicago beaches like 3 or 4 times in my life. Mm-hmm. Somebody I was talking to was like, why don't you come out to the beach? And it was like, I'm like, no. I mean, I will go, but, like, it's such a hassle. Because, like, if you have a car and you don't live downtown...
Well, you have a pool.
I do have a pool, so, yeah. So,
I didn't... See, that's where I'm like, if I had a pool, I probably wouldn't ever go. But it is nice, if you don't have a pool, to be able to just, like, bring your stuff, sit in the sand, read a book, hang out with your friends, go swimming, like...
Yeah, I mean, if you go early, I don't like crowds. I'm very much a homebody. I don't like dealing with the general public. I know this is making me sound like a hermit or like somebody who's just like a Debbie Downer, but
You're not.
I like my peace.
Yeah.
I like quiet. I like laid back. I like chill. I don't like teenagers, even when I was a teenager. What I do like I said, I like chill. I like cocktails. I like being out in the sun. I like
He loves all-inclusive resorts.
All-inclusive resorts. I like finger foods. Like you said, I like to graze. I like a nice assortment. I like crudité, a charcuterie. Things that are organized and just easy breezy.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
I think that's good.
My sister always tells me, or my sister's like, you work so hard to make things look easy.
You do. I think you do.
I think so. I think that's true to an extent.
But like I said, we always end it with a question. So my question to you is, what is your favorite Pixar movie?
That is a great question. Normally I would say it's the original Toy Story. But I think now, in my more mature years, I really appreciate The Incredibles. Love The Incredibles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Storytelling. It deals with family life.
Mm-hmm.
So you have Violet, who's like in her awkward teenage years, and she's trying to navigate that while having a superpower. You have Dash, who's little and wants to show the world his superpower, and he's just like, why can't I do this? He doesn't understand. Helen Parr, Elastigirl, she went from being a young woman to a mother, and she's trying to like find her identity again after having kids and starting a family. And then you have Mr. Incredible, who essentially in the first movie goes through a midlife crisis and starts, you visit that, you explore different stages of life, different events that you go through, and I think it does a good job of depicting that, and how to come together as a family. And then you also have Edna Mode, who's one of the most iconic characters of all time.
Yes.
Talking about fashion and...
No capes.
No capes. Even though she is a fashion designer, what I like about her, the only thing that makes her unrealistic is that when she's designing her clothes, she thinks about the practicality of them. Whereas I feel like real life designers, if it's ultra luxury, they don't care about the practicality.
That's true.
So you get a little bit of that.
Yeah.
It's also a story about the environment because they're on that island and they're destroying that island with technology.
That's true.
Yeah, there's that. And then you have loyalty as well because Mirage was betrayed by Syndrome, who, I mean, I guess Syndrome was butthurt about Mr. Incredible back in the day. But yeah, there's a lot of themes of coming of age and different stages of your life.
I never saw it like that.
Yeah. There's my little deep dive into
I love that.
Yeah.
I
What's yours?
think mine would be, I think it's Soul.
Oh my god, I just watched that recently. It's so good.
I think that's my favorite. Soul. It's beautiful. I don't have like words to describe how beautiful it is. It's like the music in it, and
One of my popsicle wrapper flew away. It's okay.
but yeah, I think Soul, just about the message behind it, and also the incorporation of jazz music in it.
Yep.
Yeah, it was just a beautiful story, and I loved it. Yeah. I think it does a really good job also at teaching kids about death,
Oh yeah.
you know? Yeah. So,
Yeah.
that's my
Shout out to Pixar for the storytelling.
Shout out to Pixar. These popsicles are like melting like crazy because it's so hot out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, remember to comment, send us a question, follow, like, subscribe.
Are you team sour cream or team cream cheese?
Yeah,
Or
let us
both.
know.
Let us know.
And we'll see you in next week's episode.
All right. We're gonna
Stay cool.
stay hydrated
Stay.
and keep it semi-homey.
Yes. All right.
Bye.
Bye.